Hello, my loving and welcome back to another fabulous channel. I'm Jacob. Jacob is here, and today we are playing Birth to Death. Birth to Death is where we play with a single sim from birth to literal death. We started with Mindy as she was in the womb of her mother. Now she is an adult going through really tough times. The last episode was Winterfest, which was a fun little calm before today's episode is. Today's episode, for anybody out there, deals with death, in case that is not something you enjoy, so maybe this isn't the episode for you. It also deals with separation between two people. Possibly, more than likely. It also deals with quite a few other things. Just want to put a warning out there to the audience members without giving away too many spoilers, because who could die? I don't know. I mean, I do, but you don't know. Alright, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We're starting with two things that one I find funny, one I don't find funny. So for SCT scores, Andrea just got results from her SCT, Success Determination Test. Her scores aren't quite as high as she hoped they would be. Should she sign up to retake the test or just be happy? She would definitely, I feel like, retake the test. That is something she's going to do. Andrea says, I'm trying to study for another round of testing. Okay, the other thing I want to catch is down here is that Jennifer, who is our mother, who's in jail right now, who also is an elder, by the way, in jail right now for tax evasion, texts us saying she heard we donated to a charity recently. More people were as generous. I wanted to go through those stuff. We'll actually come back in once it's a bit later. It is happening today. They decide that they're going to have this conversation today. Now, I'm going to get you up to a little bit of speed. Mindy is the person we're looking at right now. Her husband, Iggy, who is sitting right next to her, right there, has since cheated on her multiple times with multiple people. In her face, not in her face, around her. It's been a complicated situation in a very complicated scenario because of the cheating, because of the rampant amount of cheating. Mindy being scared and also having gone through a very similar situation as a child. Her mothers both, well, her one mom who was in jail, Jennifer, did cheat on her other mom who was not in jail, London. Then they got back together and cheated on both their respective partners with one another, deciding eventually to call everything off and now are with their respective partners. So she had a very tumultuous growing up, and so she didn't want to put her kids through that. Her kids are now all children. Technically, she was a child when her parents fully embraced this. She has decided that the twins are children. Andrea is a teenager, that she is ready to take this step, and that she is genuinely just not happy anymore with her life. She wants a better life. She wants to be happier again. Whatever that means, and wherever that line might take her, she wants to find it, and she feels like she could. Being tied down to Iggy is a complainer. Iggy is a cheater. I mean, that's the biggest thing, right? Iggy is a cheater. He's tried cheating with her cousins. I mean, it's not great. He needs to go into horny jail is really where he needs to be. She has decided to consult, counselors and things. And so they have one last session with the counselor, and I don't feel like it's going to go very well. The last session was for her to come home with the note. She stayed a little bit later than Iggy did, and they talked, and she said, this is really what I'm considering. And so they're going to go to that counseling session. I'd say probably right now. Why not? Let's go ahead and get a start on the day. I'm a bit curious myself to see where we end up, where we land. She just made $3,391, by the way, for doing it, for her videos. The amount of money she makes. And I was never really even thinking of it as a career base either. Because one more thing she wants to do with fame, and then I think she's done being famous. I don't think she wants to be famous past that point, and she wants to open a lifestyle brand. She has to get a little bit further for it to really stick, so she hasn't accomplished all of her goals there yet. I feel like Mindy will. I feel like she does get a separation if that's what they end up doing. I mean, once again, highly possible that they're gonna get one, or that's where we're headed. I have a strong feeling that she is going to really. I mean, a lot of people talk about this. She's going through a healing process. Okay, so she walked out of it with oh my god, it's Morgan. Morgan is one of those people that she did cheat on her with, that he did cheat on her with. It was a great session. He also had a great session. That is interesting to me, that they both had a great session. I am going to add them to a group. I don't think she necessarily wants to have this conversation here, so let me go find a place and we can sit down to really talk. I took them over by the theater. We're going to do something she's been wanting to do that she's been scared of doing. I know it says contest cheating. There was one instant, I know this whole thing is based on cheating alone, where Evie came on to her, and that's what that is about. It is documented. You can go back. It's during their engagement party. And like I said, they've had a rough time. So essentially what we need to be doing here, so it's under the romantic category. Talk about relationship is where we're starting. This is where Mindy is essentially going to break the news. She's going to tell Iggy, hey, I kind of have a feeling you're cheating on me, and I need you to know. And he's like, and I think they talked it through. Fear progress. Mindy put herself forward, open a line of communication, but the problems aren't over. Maybe another day of communicating her worries will finally help overcome her fears. I'm assuming he sat there and denied it. This fucking man. I tell you, I'm so pissed off at this man. I hate him. I don't hate him. He's so annoying. He's so cocky. He's so frustrating. And I feel like she feels the same, okay? I know for a fact she feels the same way. But we are going to come down here. There's a few. I'm going to link the mod down below. It is a Road to Romance mod. So many great things. You don't have to grab everything. I personally have a few modules that we're going to be using throughout the series. I've used a little bit of the modules beforehand. One of those modules I wanted to try out was the separation module, which is simply they're not going to be divorced. They're still going to be married and things, but they're going to be living in separate places. There's no custody at this very moment in time, but if custody prevails, there could be, we could see, but at this very moment in time, she personally does not want to separate. She has no intentions of getting divorced here. Like, if she got divorced here, it would not be an amicable divorce, it would be an angry divorce, simply because she doesn't think Iggy knows that this is coming. She talked to him about her fears, but I think she also thought that Iggy probably wrote off a lot of her fears. Because, well, it's Iggy. It is the child of Bob and Eliza Pancakes, and I feel like that's the red flag immediately, and I should have just listened. I did not listen. She deserves to be with, like, Mateo's also a cheater. I don't know. Evie looks like to be somewhat of a flinger. Maybe, well, see, here's the problem as well, because, like, maybe Mari was the one, right? Obviously, if you haven't been here, Mari is her girlfriend from college. Maybe Mari is the one. Mari, the reason why outside of the fact that it was like a semester fling type of thing, she was really trying to figure out who she was, and also she's going through some really hard shit at the moment, and so she jumped into a relationship she didn't really understand, and the whole thing, it's all documented, like I said, in season 1. When she goes to college, you can look for those episodes if you're curious about that relationship. It's all right there. Mari had said, oh, I'm engaged, so it's fine. I mean, that was not a very defined relationship, though. It has seemed like Mari is no longer engaged, though, so we don't know why. All right, I'm gonna demand a temporary separation. I'm not mad about it. I'm curious to see how she's gonna feel, though. Asking Iggy to take a break from the romantic relationship. Iggy is horribly upset about this because he, one, did not see the separation coming, even though he has cheated on her like 7 times. When a man is in denial, a man stays in denial. Oh my god, not the fake tears. Not the fake tears. You really think I'm gonna fall for a sob story like that with the fake tears? Good luck, my friend. That might be the thumbnail for this one. Okay, so essentially, if you guys are curious to see what this looks like, we're also going to read some stuff. So over here in the corner, it says Minnie and Iggy are separated. The status represents a potentially temporary break in a relationship. Minnie can let things drift and eventually decide to give up on this relationship or fight for it and save this love. Separation menu, as well as the interactions of all types, will influence what happens next. We'll look at that menu in a second. Iggy and Mindy are now... And it says the same exact thing, but we are going through this with Mindy, not Iggy, so don't worry about that. I'm curious to see what his reaction is, so let's go ahead and jump over to Me Into the Sky. We can look down here and ignore the wealth. So, relationship pause. She is currently on a daze, taking a relationship break. Minnie and her partner are taking a break in the relationship. That's all it really has. She's still feeling confident about her great session, where she was told that this was the answer, that she needed to be around, which is what she wanted. He, on the other hand, is angered by the conversation at hand. He did not win this battle, and he can feel it. He is still upset from her hurting him. He is also dazed because of the relationship being on pause and things. Now, if we come over here, another thing to look at is you might be curious, okay, what does that look like here though? Because they're still married, right? Well, if we come down here to relationships, which is a bunch of different things, they're still lovers. It didn't change their relationship, which was already bad, is now even further bad, to be fair. They still have amazing compatibility. They still have social bunnies, and they are still spouses, which means they're still marriage. Well, I love how it says usually. They are still in a difficult family dynamic as well, which means that they tend to fight more and they're more mean to each other, which is what's been happening for the past, I don't know, since the twins were infants, I want to say. So a very long time. And I mean, that's relatively new. They developed that, but it's because of all the fighting and stuff that's been happening since the twins were infants. Then now they are separated, not broken up or divorced yet. Mindy and Iggy haven't taken so drastic a decision yet. They're taking a break, trying to figure things out. Now, that does open up a whole can of worms of questions. So we have a new choice down here, which is separation. I've not gone to this category yet, so we get to look at it together. Let me try to move so we're kind of looking at it at a different angle. That way, I think ultimately, offer relationship to another tribe, which is which is bored out. Gauge common level of regulation. Discuss the children's future. I think that is something we'll probably do. Criticize life choices. Blame for relationship problems. Attempt a peaceful discussion about issues. Ask to go stay somewhere else. We also are going to be doing that. Apologize for past mistakes. She will not. Wonder what went wrong. She knows. Say something nice about Iggy. Why would we? Reminisce about past and old good times. I do think that's something that they would do. So what we're going to do here, we're going to first talk about discussion of children, because I think that's the important thing, and then we're going to jump over to ask to go somewhere else. So let's go ahead and say, let's discuss about future. Obviously, he's still mad. The question might ask, where do you think the children are going to go? Are they going to go with you? Are they going to go with me? And he actually might be thinking, what do you mean? Are they going to go with you or me? He's just mad, and I think he's going to turn mean. We have a butterfly effect. Mindy is truly concerned that permanent separation would affect the children very negatively. I 110% do think that she feels that way. He also feels that way. I feel like he'd also feel that way with his parents being Bob and Eliza, if I'm going to be fair. That was the first conversation, obviously, that I wanted to try out here. And the other one is asked to go to stay somewhere else. I have to wonder if they're going to move him out. Ooh, look at these. Oh, these are good fighting animations. That's good. I still can't tell. I think she's a perfect divide between her mothers. I still think the crying one might be the best one. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's a big decision. He feels cornered. He feels taken aback. He's been thinking about leaving and staying somewhere else for a period of time. This was a conversation we just had a few weeks ago when all the fighting was really rampant. He called his dad, and his dad said, "Oh, maybe you should come and move in with the family again," and then move away. I don't know. Like, a part of me wants to say accept to leave so we can start this amicable relationship where we could possibly something good out of it. Oh my gosh, I need a consultant. Refuse. We're going to see what that means and what that does. Yes, but this is my home. You can be the one to stay somewhere else if you need that, you know. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it at all. Oh, she literally has nowhere else to go. Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh. Now they're arguing. She's like, I really need this time away. I really need you to go. Please, just go. He's hurt. Whatever. Please, I beg of you, just leave. She's gonna ask again. She's gonna cry. I think because she's crying, I think this time he's going to accept it. He's moving back in with his parents, is where he is going. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a spicy one. It did end with him moving out after, she begged for him to move out, that this is the only way to fix this relationship, and I think that's what got him. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, with him gone, it does kind of bring in some custody changes and things like that as well. Alright, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll talk to you guys all next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Alright guys, welcome to the end credit scene. They pop up every once in a while. This is the point where they do pop up because Andrea has just gotten home and realized that her father is gone. Now, the reason why they are fighting, because I've really been talking about Andrea, she has not taken the family fighting well. She's very much more like her mother than I think what she realizes, and I think it's to her detrimental stakes as well, because she's doing similar stuff to what her mother did in a very similar pattern, to the point where this fight could end very badly if it doesn't turn around quickly. Her mom is simply being like, we're on a separation. You have to understand that we're on a separation, honey. We're not divorced. We're not getting divorced. We're just seeing how things go when we're away from one another. It's better. She's like, okay, then where is he? Why is he not here? And she's like, he cannot be here. If he was here right now, it would not be good for anybody. I promise you don't understand everything that's going on. And she was like, I am not an idiot. I'm not a kid. I know what's going on, Mom. I know that he's not the best person, but he's still my dad. And you're still doing this. And had a very rough day at school with the SUTA scores. And her life is falling in shambles. You do get an idea, though, because we're not playing under Andrea, that there might be something else budding underneath the surface, but she's not willing in this conversation, especially with the way it's going, to come forward with the information. And Mindy's just like, I don't want to ground you, I don't want to be mean, I don't want to do anything, you just need to know that what I'm doing for you is for you. Andrea's like, Mom, I'm not doing this. And she's gonna stop the conversation. and she's gonna run away. Luckily enough, I think we're friends with everybody, so it shouldn't be super hard for me to eventually do find her. Mindy, of course, is going to try follow her, because of course she is. She knows what her daughter's doing. She's seen this before. I'm pretty sure Mindy would also have probably put, enable the tracking and stuff as well. She's gonna be like, please don't do this, Andrea, and she's like screaming this as she's walking away. It's like, please, 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 please don't do this, please. Please, you don't understand what this means and what you're doing. I promise you, you don't understand. And that's too late. That her daughter is already gone. We'll see where it takes us. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know if you guys did. If you guys have any theories and or comments, what you guys might be thinking going on with Andrea, but also how do you guys feel about the separation and also them actually separating from one another? These are all things I'm super curious about as we progress, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.